Our story today opens with an image of an elderly woman named Judy. She climbs onto a stool trying to reach a toy placed on a high shelf, but she cannot reach it. Suddenly, Judy faints and falls to the floor. The scene quickly shifts to the hospital. Judy's daughter, Megan, tells her brother Noah that their mother will probably never speak again. They both go to her bedside. Judy had a stroke, and bringing her home right now is almost impossible. As they leave the hospital, Megan asks Noah when he will be back. Noah reveals that he didn't buy a return ticket when he came here. Previously, Noah lived elsewhere with his father, while Megan stayed in this town with their mother. While outside, they notice a man named Doug Meeser wandering the street. Afterward, the two siblings go to their childhood home. Noah will be staying for a few days. They begin to inspect the house. Childhood belongings are scattered, damaged. The pipes are leaking. When Megan rips off a patched section of the wall, a mummified body falls out. They both recognize the corpse. It is Mrs. Meeser, the neighbor who disappeared in 1997. Back in 1997, when Mrs. Meeser disappeared, Megan and Noah's parents sent the two children to their grandmother for a week. After that incident, their parents never left the house again. They were afraid someone would find the body. Noah recalls spending hours playing PlayStation in that very basement. He yells that their parents are murderers, otherwise the body wouldn't have been hidden so well in their house. Megan says they have to call the police, but Noah refuses. 30 years have passed. Their father is deceased. Everyone else has moved on with their lives. Mrs. Meeser's children have scattered. Only Doug Meeser still wanders the street. No one is still looking for Mrs. Meeser. Noah snatches Megan's phone so she cannot call the police. We then learn why Noah is so desperate for money. His business is failing. His credit cards are maxed out. Noah came here because he wants to receive the inheritance that will come after his mother's death. Megan is utterly shocked. Noah tells her that she has a home and a family, but he has nothing. If the police get involved, the Meeser children will sue them and they will lose the house. If this comes out, their father's reputation will be ruined, and the family standing will be destroyed. Noah tells Megan to go home. That evening at Noah's house, Diego senses this anxiety is about Noah's mother. Later, Megan sees that her young son's blood sugar is dropping and gives him water. Meanwhile, Noah walks around the house with a baseball bat, searching as if there's an intruder. He finds a gun. It's their father's gun. The next morning, Megan asks Noah what they should do with the body. Noah comes up with a plan. At 3 a.m., after everyone is asleep, they will take the body, wrap it, and put it in Megan's car. They will drive far away and bury it. That night, they go to the forest and dump the body into a lake. But the very next day, while taking her children to school, Megan hears a radio announcement in the car that students checking the water at that exact lake have discovered a body. The police are investigating. Megan rushes to the hospital and finds Noah. He tries to reassure her, saying, "Maybe the police don't even know whose body it is." Before Megan and Noah can say anything, Lieutenant Zell arrives at Judy's room to ask questions. Judy's voice is distorted, but Lieutenant Zell informs Megan and Noah that Mrs. Meeser's body has been found and that their parents were close to her. Noah quickly fabricates a story that when they were kids, they heard Mr. Meeser had killed Mrs. Meeser. The lieutenant gives them her business card and leaves. Megan and Noah talk to their mother and say they know. They promise to handle everything. Mom doesn't have to say anything to anyone. They tell her, "Whatever you and Dad did, it doesn't matter." But when they return to their mother's house, they meet Judy's nurse, Grace. Grace has experience with stroke patients. She knows how to listen to people who can't speak. Judy has confessed to Grace that she was the one who killed Mrs. Meeser. Noah calls this crazy, but Grace has been coming to the house every day for the past 5 months. She has noticed the leaks and other strange things, but Judy wouldn't let her call anyone. Now, Grace knows Megan and Noah found the body. Grace demands $10,000 to keep quiet. Noah calls her trash. Grace sharply retorts, saying, "Yeah, your mom killed her friend. You dumped the body, and now I'm the trash?" She asks for $10,000 to keep her mouth shut. Noah agrees, saying, "Fine, they'll pay you." They choose a location to meet. Megan and Noah start pooling the money. Noah has nothing. Megan has to do the negotiating herself. Noah is sarcastic. Does he really think she'll take the money once and disappear? He pressures her. "We have to scare her. We need to let people know who not to mess with." Noah suggests they bring Bud into this. Buddy is the scariest person they know. Megan objects. She says they haven't done anything so bad that they can't call the police. Noah starts applying pressure. If she calls, he says, "Everyone will know, including your kid's school. You'll have to move." Will your husband find another job with the same medical benefits for your son? He exploits her fears until Megan is backed into a corner and agrees not to call. The next day, Noah goes to see Biodi. He tells Biod that Grace is lying and asks, "Do you really think my parents could kill anyone?" "This nurse has been stealing from my mom," Noah says. "She could tell the police that my mom said something and they'll start treating her as a suspect. My mom, your aunt, is very frail. If she gets stressed, she could die. We'll give her the money. We just need you to scare her." Bodhi's family and Noah's family used to be very close, so Bodhi agrees to help. At the appointed time, Noah recounts, Bodhi showed up. He tells Noah that he'll go in alone because they want to really scare Grace. But as soon as Bod arrives, Grace knows what's happening. She is completely unafraid of Bod. But when Bodhi notices Judy's watch on Grace's wrist, he gets angry. "If anything happens to my Aunt Judy," he growls, "I'll come back and slit your throat myself." Bod leaves without giving Grace the money. Megan and Noah see him come back with the money and Grace walking away furious, which means she could go straight to the police. Noah reminds Bod that he had to give her the money, but Bod replies, "Do you really think she'll just take the money and leave?" Megan panics, feeling a panic attack coming on. At the same time, the lieutenant learns that the body was only recently dumped in the water, meaning someone placed it there very recently. Noah starts turning his real life into fiction. Just then, the doorbell pounds loudly. It is Grace! Noah texts Megan. She's not alone. She brought a large man with her. Grace asks where Megan is. Noah says Megan is 20 minutes away. Grace holds up an hourglass and says, "When the sand runs out, I'm calling the police." She takes Noah's phone and tells him to message Megan to get here fast, or the police will be on their way. Megan rushes out of the house, driving as fast as she can. The hourglass runs out, and Grace calls the police. When Megan arrives, the police pull up right behind her, asking if she reported any suspicious activity. Noah interrupts and says he called. The police enter the house. Noah explains that they heard a strange noise, but it turned out to be a false alarm and everything seems fine. The police officer says, "Since I'm already here, why don't I take a quick look?" As he starts heading toward the basement, Megan blocks him. She explains that there are raccoons down there. Her mother told her they probably chewed through some wires, which is why the noise started. The police officer accepts this and leaves. Then, Grace demands $25,000 by tomorrow, and she stresses that Bode should not be there. Then, the large man with her punches Noah before leaving. But here, we learn the truth. That man is not a gangster at all. He is just a barber. Even punching Noah disgusted him. He complains, "Why did you drag me into this? I've had both my knees replaced." Grace reminds him, "You'll get money for this, Sean. You can use it for your daughter's college fund." Grace's real plan is to take Noah and Megan's money and still go to the police to tell the truth. The next day, Megan withdraws money from her children's college fund from fixed deposits from wherever she can. She and Noah go to the bridge that Grace chose, but Megan could only bring $22,000. She promises to pay the rest later. Grace immediately refuses. "Think about it," she says. "What would happen if I were late to feed your mom or didn't feed her on time? How would you react?" Grace adamantly refuses to take the money. Finally, Megan snaps. She tells Grace, "Fine, call the police. I've had enough. I'm just trying to protect my family." But Grace accuses her, saying she doesn't care about her family, only herself. She continuously insults Megan until Megan attacks her. Sean grabs Megan, but she kicks him hard in the knee. Sean falls face first onto the bricks. He does not survive. Grace screams that they have to take him to the hospital, but Noah pulls the trigger and shoots Sean. Grace flees in terror. Noah chases her and shoots her too. Now, Megan and Noah have both crossed the line. They themselves have become murderers. Back at the house, Megan tells Noah to wash his hands repeatedly to remove the gunpowder residue. But Noah just holds his stomach where Sean punched him. Megan urges him to stay strong. "I need you to be conscious." But Noah keeps mumbling that he committed manslaughter. Megan tries to calm him. "We need to cover our tracks. We can't make any mistakes." As Noah gets out of Noah's car, Doug Meeser appears. Megan freezes as Doug greets her, saying it's been a long time since he saw any of them, and he's glad to see her again. But Doug notices blood on Megan's hair. Soon after, the police find Grace and Sean's bodies. It turns out Grace and Sean were ex-spouses. Lieutenant Zell recognizes Grace and calls Noah and Megan in for questioning. Before going, Megan warns Noah to act normal, telling him to just say he didn't know Grace well and had never met Sean. When they sit down with the lieutenant, Megan says everything is fine. The lieutenant stares at Noah's face and asks if he's okay. Noah nods repeatedly and says, "Yes, I'm just wondering what we're here for. Is this an interrogation?" The lieutenant shakes her head. "No, you two are not suspects, but I find it strange that since you two returned to town, we found 3 bodies and they all have a connection to you two." That evening, Noah was supposed to go to Megan's house for dinner, but he brought Baud along too. At the dinner table, Baud talks to Megan's children, saying he grew up with their mother. Then he looks at Noah and Megan. "I heard something about your mom's nurse," he says. Megan quickly replies that they weren't very close. Baud interrupts, pointing out, "But you talked to her a lot about your mom, didn't you?" Megan insists, "Not that much." Then Baud turns to Megan's children with a smirk. "I know a secret about your mom and Uncle Noah." Noah and Megan freeze, terrified of what he might reveal. Baud grins. "Your mom and Uncle Noah like ice cream with rainbow sprinkles." Baud seems scary, but in reality, he's not as dangerous as he looks. He even invites everyone to his house, promising, "I'll grill some kebabs on the grill." Afterward, Diego quietly asks Megan why Baud is like that. Megan explains that he never had stability growing up, never had good parents. Diego looks at her and asks, "So why are you unhappy?" Megan quickly dismisses it. "I'm fine." The next day, Noah confides in Megan that Baud seems to know everything just by the way he talks. Noah is convinced he knows the truth and that he is completely unstable. Megan tells him they have to get past Grace and Sean's deaths. She explains that those two would never have left them alone anyway, and if they hadn't ended them, their family would never be safe. But Noah can't sleep. He is obsessed with it and drives to the building supply store to buy wall repair supplies. Finding the store closed, he waits outside until morning. When the store opens, he gets all the materials he needs. Returning home, he looks out the window and sees Doug Meeser waving at him. Then Noah and Megan go to Baud's house alone, making the excuse that Diego and the kids are busy. Megan and Noah enter Baud's house, claiming they are just visiting. Baud seems a little embarrassed by the messy house. Then, he takes Noah to see a special room. Inside are all kinds of swords. Baud tells Noah to pick one. He wants to have a sword fight. Like children, Noah and Baud start swinging swords. To anyone watching, they look very serious. Baud defeats Noah and raises his sword above his head as if he's about to kill him. But it's just a game Megan and Noah don't understand. Megan panics and points a gun at Baud. Baud tries to escape while Noah grabs a knife and starts searching the house for him. Baud comes out with a crossbow, looking incredibly disappointed that Noah actually wanted to harm him. Then Megan shoots Baud from behind. Baud is still twitching when Noah rushes over and stabs him. Baud finally collapses. When Noah leans down to check if he's dead, Baud retaliates, stabbing Noah's arm. Megan fires another shot, finishing him off. She pulls the knife out of Noah's hand and bandages him up with fabric. Together, they dump Baud's body into the lake. Afterward, Megan visits her mother at the hospital. She whispers to her, "You knew, didn't you? You knew Mrs. Meeser was sleeping with Dad, and that's why you killed her, and then covered it all up with Dad. What did it feel like when you caught them? How did you kill her? With a frying pan?" Judy looks back at her and says, "Just tell the truth." Just then, Lieutenant Zell arrives to speak with Judy. She asks Megan about Noah. "I heard he had some kind of accident," Megan replies calmly. "He was just trying to peel an avocado and drove a paring knife right into his hand." The lieutenant then says, "We found a Rolex in Grace's car engraved with your parents' initials. Can I ask your mother about it?" Judy gestures for her to wait a moment, saying, I need to talk to my mother first." The lieutenant turns to Megan and asks, "What did you just say?" Megan replies, "I told her that she doesn't need to worry about anything. She is safe." The lieutenant offers a faint smile. "You know, cases like Mrs. Meeser's usually get solved. It might take 30 years, but a new piece of evidence always surfaces. Or someone finds the gun, and then everything is resolved." Megan leaves in anxiety and goes straight to Noah, but when she arrives, Doug Meeser is sitting with him playing video games. Noah has confessed everything to Doug. Horrified, Megan kills Doug too. Noah bursts into tears, saying he can't bear this burden anymore. He needs to tell someone. He declares that he's going back to California, never to return. But Megan tells him no. He will stay right here. Megan hides Doug's body in the same place as Mrs. Meeser. Now Noah will have to stay here watching their mother 24 hours a day. Megan returns to her family and continues to live happily, just like her parents did, hiding the murder beneath the surface. And with that, my friends, this story comes to an end. Thank you all for watching until the end. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next movies with me.